online classes. Today we are going to learn the second part of the lesson, Early Revolt Against British Rule in Tamilnadu. Before that, in the last class, what and all we studied? That is the three Carnatic wars, chieftains of Tamilnadu, Velonachiyar, Kattabomman, Marudhu brothers, Theran Chinnamalai. Palekars war, Vishwadhana Nayaka introduced Palekar system in Tamil Nadu. Duties of Palekars, Padikaval, Eastern Palayams, Satur, Nagalapuram, Etayapuram and Panjalam Kurichi, and Western Palayams, Uttumalai, Talavatkotai, Nadavakurichi, Singambatti and Saitur. Revolt of Politevar, Battle of Kalakad, Yusuf Khan and Politevar, Fall of Politevar, Ondi Veeran, Velu Nachiyar, Gopala Nayak, Kuyili under sacrifice and so on. And today, in this second part, we are going to learn many things. First of all, rebellion of Veerapandiya Kattapomman. Okay, rebellion of Veerapandiya Kattapomman. Veerapandiya Kattapomman became the Palayakarar of Panjalam Kuruchi at the age of 30. Okay, at the age of 30. That is, after the death of his father, Jagaveerapandiya Kattapomman. After the death of his father, Jagaveerapandiya Kattapomman. English East India Company's administrators James London and Colin Jackson. Okay, James London and Colin Jackson. That is English East India Company's administrators. They had considered Kattabomman a man of peaceful disposition. Okay, Kattabomman a man of peaceful disposition. But several events led to conflicts between Kattabomman and the East India Company. In 1781, the company signed a treaty with Nawab of Arcot. According to the provisions of the treaty, the company had gained the right to collect taxes from Karnataka and Panjalam Guruchi also. Okay. The company appointed collectors to collect taxes from all the palayams. The collectors humiliated the Palayakaras. Okay. The collectors humiliated the Palayakaras and used their troops to collect the taxes. This was the bone of contention between the English and Kattabomman. Okay, so this is the bone of contention between English and Kattabomman. Next, we will say confrontation with Jackson. Confrontation here means conflict. Okay, conflict. In 1798, the land revenue arrear from Kattabomman was 3,310 pagodas. 3,310 pagodas. Here, pagodas means coins with a multi-layered tower. Collector Jackson, an arrogant English officer. Okay, Collector Jackson, an arrogant English officer, wanted to send an army to collect the revenue dues. But the Madras government did not give him permission. On 18th August 1798, Jackson ordered Kattabomman to meet him in Ramanathapuram. Okay. On 18th August 1798, Jackson ordered Kattabomman to meet him in Ramanathapuram. But Kattabomman's attempts became failure only. Jackson refused to meet Kattabomman both in Kuttalam and Srivilliputhur. Finally, an interview was granted. Kattabomman met Jackson in Ramanathapuram on 19 September 1798. Okay, it is said that Kattabomman had to stand for 3 hours before the haughty collector Jackson. Okay, Kattabomman had to stand for 3 hours before the haughty collector Jackson. Sensing danger, Kattabomman tried to escape along with his minister Siva Subramanianar. Okay, sensing danger, Kattapomman tried to escape along with his minister Siva Subramanianar. Suddenly, Umaidurai, the brother of Kattapomman, entered the fort with his men, helped the escape of Kattapomman. Okay. At the gate of Ramanathapuram fort, there was a clash. At the gate of Ramanathapuram fort, there was a clash. In this clash, many of them were killed. Okay, many of them were killed, including Lieutenant Clark. Lieutenant Clark. Siva Subramanianar was taken as a prisoner. Siva Subramanianar was taken as a prisoner. Next, appearance before Madras Council. Appearance before Madras Council. On his return to Panchalam Kuruchi, Kattapomman represented to the Madras Council about how he was ill-treated by the collector Jackson. Okay, how he was ill-treated by the collector Jackson. The council asked Kattapomman to appear before a committee. Okay, appear before a committee. The committee had 3 members. The committee had 3 members. William Brown, William Oram and John Casamage. Okay, John Casamage. Meanwhile, Governor Edward Clive ordered the release of Siva Subramanianar and he suspended Collector Jackson also. Okay, Governor Edward Clive ordered the release of Siva Subramanianar and he suspended Collector Jackson also. Kattapomman appeared before the committee on 15th December 1798. Okay, on 15th December 1798, Kattapomman appeared before the committee and he reported what happened in Ramanathapuram. Okay, he reported what happened in Ramanathapuram. The committee found Kattapomman was not guilty. Okay, the committee found Kattapomman was not guilty. Jackson was dismissed from service. Jackson was dismissed from service. A new collector, S.R. Lushington, was appointed. S.R. Lushington was appointed as a new collector. Kattapomman cleared almost all the revenue arrears, leaving only a balance of 1,080 pagodas. 1,080 pagodas. Next, we will see Kattapomman and the Confederacy of Palayakaras. Kattapomman and the Confederacy of Palayakaras. Marudhu Pandiyar of Sivagangai formed the South Indian Confederacy of Rebels. Okay, Marudhu Pandiyar of Sivagangai formed the South Indian Confederacy of Rebels against the British. Marudhu Pandiyar acted as its leader. Marudhu Pandiyar acted as its leader. The Tiruchirappalli proclamation had been made. Kattapomman was interested in this confederacy. Collector Lushington prevented Kattapomman from meeting the Marudhu brothers. But Kattapomman and Marudhu brothers jointly decided to oppose the English. Kattapomman tried to influence Sivagiri Palayakaras, but they refused. Kattapomman advanced towards Sivagiri. Sivagiri was a tributary to the company. So the company ordered the army to march on to Tirunelveli. Next, the siege of Panchalam Kuruchi. Siege of Panchalam Kuruchi. In May 1799, Lord Wellesley sent his troops to Tirunelveli. Okay, 1799, Lord Wellesley sent his troops to Tirunelveli. Major Bannerman commanded the troops. Okay, Major Bannerman commanded the troops. The Travancore troops also joined the British. Travancore troops also joined the British. On 1st September 1799, an ultimatum was served on Kattapomman. Okay, 1799, an ultimatum was served on Kattapomman to surrender. Okay, Kattapomman to surrender. But Kattapomman sent evasive reply. Kattapomman sent evasive reply. So, Bannerman moved his entire army to Panchalam Kuruchi on 5th September. On 5th September, they cut off all the communications to the fort. All the communications to the fort. Bannerman sent Ramalinganar to convey a message asking Kattapomman to surrender. Okay, but Kattabomman refused. Ramalinganar gathered all the secrets of the fort. Next, execution of Kattabomman. Execution of Kattabomman. When Kattabomman escaped to Pudukottai, the British put a price on his head. Betrayed by the Rajas of Ettayapuram and Pudukottai, Kattabomman was captured and hanged from a tamarind tree in the old fort of Kayattar, close to Tirunelveli. Okay. Next, Marudu brothers. Marudu brothers. Periya Marudu and his younger brother Chinna Marudu were the able generals of Muttavadugar of Sivagangai. Okay, Periya Marudu and his younger brother Chinna Marudu were the able generals of Muttavadugar of Sivagangai. After the death of Muttavadugar in the Kalayar Kovil battle, okay, after the death of Muttavadugar in the Kalayar Kovil battle, they worked hard to restore the throne to Velunachiyar. After the death of Kattabomman, Marudu brothers worked along with his brother Umathurai. After the death of Kattabomman, Marudu brothers worked along with his brother Umathurai. They plundered the granaries of the Nawab and caused damage and destruction to company's troops. Next one, rebellion of Marudu brothers. Rebellion of Marudu brothers. Kattabomman's revolt was suppressed in 1789. 1789. Again, another one rebellion broke out in the year 1800. 1800. It is considered as the second Palayakara's war. Okay, second Palayakara's war. In June 1800, the uprising broke out in Coimbatore and it spread to Ramanathapuram and Madurai. So the company declared war on Mysore and Malabar. The company declared war on Mysore and Malabar. The Palayakaras of Coimbatore, Satyamangalam and Tarapuram were caught and hanged. Okay, Palayakaras of Coimbatore, Satyamangalam and Tarapuram were caught and hanged. In February 1801, the two brothers of Kattabomman, okay, two brothers of Kattabomman, Umathurai and Savathaiya, escaped from Palayamkottai prison to Kamudi. From there, Chinna Marudu took them to Siruvayal. Siruvayal was the capital of Chinna Marudu. The fort at Panchalamkuruchi was reconstructed within a short span of time. The fort at Panchalamkuruchi was reconstructed within a short span of time. The British troops under Colin Macaulay retook the fort. So, the Marudu brothers sought shelter in Sivagangai. In June 1801, Marudu Pandyas issued a proclamation of independence, which is called Tiruchirappalli Proclamation. Okay, Tiruchirappalli Proclamation. Next, we will see Proclamation of 1801. Proclamation of 1801. The Proclamation of 1801 was an early call to the Indians to unite against the British without seeing any region, religion, caste and creed. Okay, without seeing any region, religion, caste and also creed. The proclamation was pasted on the walls of the Nawab's palace in Tiruchirappalli. Okay, the proclamation was pasted on the walls of the Nawab's palace in Tiruchirappalli fort, that is Tiruchirappalli fort, and on the walls of Sri Rangam temple also. Many Palayakaras of Tamil country rallied together to fight against the English. Chinna Marudu collected nearly 20,000 men to challenge the English army. British troops were rushed from Bengal, Ceylon and Malaya. The Rajas of Pudukottai, Ettayapuram and Tanjavur stood by the British. Okay, Rajas of Pudukottai, Ettayapuram and Tanjavur stood by the British. The British followed divide and rule policy. Okay, the British followed divide and rule policy and split the forces of the Palayakarars zone. Split the forces of the Palayakarars zone. Next we will see fall of Sivagangai. Fall of Sivagangai 1801. In May 1801, the English attacked the rebels in Tanjavur and Tiruchirappalli. Okay, Tanjavur and Tiruchirappalli, in which year? 1801. The rebels went to Piranmalai, Piran, Piranmalai and Kalayar Kovil. Piranmalai and Kalayar Kovil. They were again defeated by the English forces. Anyhow, the rebellion failed and Sivagangai was annexed in the year 1801. On October 24, 1801, Maruthu brothers were executed in the fort of Tirupattur near Ramanathapuram. On 16th November 1801, Omathurai and Savathaiya were captured and beheaded at Panchalam Kuruchi. Okay, 16th November 1801, Omathurai and Savathaiya were captured and beheaded at Panchalam Kuruchi. Though the Palayakarars fell to the English, their exploits and sacrifices inspired later generations. The rebellion of Maruthu brothers is called South Indian Rebellion. Okay, rebellion of Maruthu brothers is called South Indian Rebellion. This South Indian Rebellion is a landmark event in the history of Tamilnadu. Okay, this South Indian Rebellion is a landmark event in the history of Tamilnadu. Next, Carnatic Treaty. Okay, 1801, Carnatic Treaty. The Carnatic Treaty was signed in the year 1801. According to the terms of this Carnatic Treaty, the British assumed direct control over Tamilnadu. Okay, according to the terms of the Carnatic Treaty, the British assumed direct control over Tamilnadu and the Palayakarar system came to an end. Okay, according to this treaty, that is Carnatic Treaty, the Palayakarar system also came to an end. Next we will see about Dhiran Chinnamalai. Okay, Dhiran Chinnamalai. Dhiran Chinnamalai was born as Tirthagiri. Okay, born as Tirthagiri in the year 1756. He was born in the Mandariyar royal family of Palayamkottai. Mandariyar royal family of Palayamkottai. Dhiran was well trained in Silambu, archery, horse riding and modern warfare. Okay, Silambu, archery, horse riding and modern warfare also. He was involved in the land disputes in Kongu region. Land disputes in Kongu region. Kongu region was under the control of Mysore Sultan. Kongu region was under the control of Mysore Sultan in those days. So the tax was collected by Tipu Sultan's Diwan Muhammad Ali. Okay, the tax was collected by Tipu Sultan's Diwan Muhammad Ali. One day, the Diwan was returning to Mysore with the tax money. Tirthagiri blocked his way and confiscated all the tax money. Okay, Tirthagiri blocked his way and confiscated all the tax money. He let Muhammad Ali go by instructing him to tell his sultan that Chinnamalai, who is between Sivamalai and Chennimalai, was the one who took away taxes. Okay, Chinnamalai, who is between Sivamalai and Chennimalai, was the one who took away taxes. Thus he gained the name Chinnamalai. The offended Diwan sent a troop to attack Chinnamalai. Both forces met and fought at the Noyal river bed. Both forces met and fought at the Noyal river bed. In this war, Chinnamalai emerged victorious. Okay, that is Chinnamalai got spectacular victory. Next, we are going to see Vellore Revolt 1806. Okay, Vellore Revolt 1806. In 1792, there was a war started in between British East India Company and Tipu Sultan. British East India Company and Tipu Sultan. In which year? 1792. In this war, Britain got victory and it captured Salem and Dindigul. Salem and Dindigul. In 1799, Anglo-Mysore War started. Anglo-Mysore War started in the year 1799. In this war, British captured Coimbatore. British captured Coimbatore in the Anglo-Mysore War. After the suppression of Kattabomman and Maradu brothers, the British forced a treaty on Nawab of Arcot. Okay, after the suppression of Kattabomman and Maradu brothers, the British forced a treaty on Nawab of Arcot. According to this treaty, the Nawab was to cede the districts of North Arcot, South Arcot, Tiruchirappalli, Madurai and Tirunelveli to the company. North Arcot, South Arcot, Tiruchirappalli, Madurai and Tirunelveli to the company. Grievances of the Indian soldiers. Grievances of the Indian soldiers. The dispossessed little kings and the feudal chieftains continuously thinking about the future course of action. Continuously thinking about the future course of action against the company government. Against the company government. The outcome was the Vellore Revolt of 1806. Vellore Revolt of 1806. The sepoys in the British Indian Army received low salary and poor prospects of promotion. Okay, poor prospects of promotion. The English army officers scanned respect for the social and religious sentiments of the Indian sepoys. Okay, religious and social sentiments of the Indian sepoys. In 1805, famine occurred unexpectedly. Famine occurred. Many of the sepoys' families suffered a lot. The Indian soldiers were asked not to wear caste marks or earrings when in uniform. The Indian soldiers were asked not to wear caste marks or earrings when in uniform. The new turban added fuel to fire. The new turban added fuel to fire. The most objectionable addition was the leather cockade made of animal skin. The leather cockade made of animal skin. These are the important causes for the outbreak of the war. Now, outbreak of the revolt. Okay, outbreak of the revolt. On 10th July 1806, the Indian sepoys of 1st and 23rd regiments. Okay, 1st and 23rd regiments on 10th July 1806 raised their standard of revolt. Okay, raised their standard of revolt. Colonel Fancourt, Fancourt, Colonel Fancourt was the first victim. Colonel Mikaros, Mekeras, Mikaros was killed next. Major Armstrong, who was passing the fort, heard the sound of firing. When he stopped to inquire, he was showered with bullets. Okay, when he stopped to inquire, he was showered with bullets. About a dozen other officers were killed. Dozen other officers were also killed. Among them, Lieutenant Ellie, ELLY, and Lieutenant Popham, 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 belonged to His Majesty's Battalion. Gillespie's brutality. Okay, Gillespie's brutality. Major Coates informed the Colonel Gillespie, the cavalry commandant in Arcot. Okay, cavalry commandant in Arcot, Gillespie. Gillespie reached the fort under the command of Captain Young. Under the command of Captain Young. In the meantime, the rebels proclaimed Fatih Haider, the eldest son of Tipu Sultan, as their new ruler. Okay, Fatih Haider, the eldest son of Tipu Sultan, as their new leader. The rebels hoisted the tiger flag of Mysore Sultan in the fort. They are very happy and hoisted a tiger flag of Mysore Sultan in the fort. But the uprising was crushed by Colonel Gillespie. The uprising was crushed by Colonel Gillespie. According to an eyewitness account, 800 soldiers were found dead in the fort alone. 800 soldiers were found dead in the fort alone. 600 soldiers were kept in prison in Tiruchirappalli and Vellore awaiting inquiry. Okay, 600 soldiers were kept in prison in Tiruchirappalli and Vellore awaiting inquiry. Next, consequences of the revolt, that is, result of the revolt. 6 of the rebels convicted by the court of inquiry were blown from the guns. 5 were shot dead. 8 were hanged. Okay. 6 of the rebels convicted by the court of inquiry were blown from the guns. 5 were shot dead. 8 were hanged. Tipu's sons were ordered to be sent to Calcutta. Those who engaged in the suppression of the revolt were rewarded with prize money and promotion. Colonel Gillespie was given 7,000 pagodas. Colonel Gillespie was given 7,000 pagodas. The military regulations were withdrawn. Now, estimate of the revolt. The Vellore revolt failed because there was no immediate help from outside. Nobody helped them. Vellore revolt had all the forebodings of the Great Revolution of 1857. Okay, 1857, that is considered as the first war of Indian independence. 1857 revolt. This Vellore revolt was not confined to fort. It had its echoes in Bellary, Valajabad, Hyderabad, Bengaluru, Nandidurg and Sangaridurg. Okay, it had its echoes in Bellary, Valajabad, Hyderabad, Bengaluru, Nandidurg and Sangaridurg. With this, I finish today's session, children. I'll meet you in the next session with the important question answers. Okay, bye children. Thank you.